as just set my units. So the first thing, before to scale, you can set your units to you. Just write UN, enter. Once you write the units, just change them into millimeters. Decimal place, give them a 0. And then just select your model. And then come to home. Under home, click on scale. And then choose your reference or specify your base point. I want to specify my base point like here, near the door here. And make sure that you are in auto mode so that you snap it correctly. So I want to specify your base point. You just come and specify your reference point. Click on, after you specify on reference point, just click on this door. I need it from here to here. Let's give it 900. 900 is quite much. Let's give it 850. So that's 850 millimeter, the door, the size of the door. So once now you come to your dimensions, just come to annotate, and just go to home, come to dimension, come to standard. So I want to check my measurements. So let me change my scale, go to modify. Once you are in just change the units here to decimal point 0. Come to text height, give it a text height of 200. Click OK. Yes, you can just leave it just to ISO standard. And just make a few changes if you wish. You can go to arrow size. You can give it maybe 20. Then simply click OK. Set current. Close. So you can go to your measurement, and now you just try to see whether you scaled your model correctly. Want to just try to measure the door, and we see. Yes, you can see you have around 835, which is fairly okay. So once you do your units and you are scaling, the next thing that you have to check is to do our layers before we start drawing. And there are two main layers that you have to do. You have to do the grid layer and the column layer. So just click on layers. And the layers, just come here and get your grid. So I can do grid. I can write like grid underscore maybe practice. And then just come and do another layer, which is called column layer. Ensure that you name them properly as column. You can just leave it. This is practice. I'm just doing it for maybe sometime you might have so many layers and you want to differentiate which one am I using for this specific model. So you can decide to change the line weight. Let's say line weight for the column, you can give it 4. So unaipatia 4 as line weight. And then you also come and check on the line weight for practice. This practice. For the grid, you can give it, for the color, I can give it this gray. But for line weight, you give it just 2, you'll be fine. Hello?
Hello.
Sasa nataka unitumie screenshot kama umeshatengeneza grids. Umetengeneza grids vizuri.
Najaribu hii yangu inakuja kama image.
Oh, imekuja kama image. In fact, hata mimi nimefanya kama inaitwaje underlay.
Yes.
Hello? I've done as underlay, and also remember the grids usually have discontinued layers, not continuous. So you can change the line type. From line type, you come to loading, and unloading, you can choose center. Click OK. Then here select center, click OK. And then we now can close here. Now we start drawing grids. You just simply come to grid and draw your grid here. So to draw your grid, you just say
I
XL.
have I have one issue,
Uh-huh.
uh, and I'm converting the drone is coming as an image, but
Yes.
also, I don't know why.
But you can still scale it. You can
It's
still
not ed.
it's not edit. You are not editing the image. It's just to guide us draw
Okay,
our
okay.
grids and
Okay.
our. You can't do anything on this image. In fact,
Mm.
uh, we will not need the architectural just to help us like to map our structural plan, and then we extract it from the architectural. We leave the architectural aside. So this just a tracing for.
Mm.
We want to trace this building with our
Mm.
grids and columns. So you
So
can
now you
see
see now mine I cannot scale it to the right size.
you make an assumption like you see
Okay. Okay, okay, okay.
like now I know a bed is around 1.8 meters. So if I'm really dealing with that, I can either use a door, I can as well use a window, I can use a table
Mm.
just to scale it to a
Mm.
reasonable size. Like now, these are a master
Mm.
bedroom. These are a master bedroom. I just used my scale for the for a door to be around 8.5. So let me just try to check the dimension of this bedroom, master bedroom. See, it's
Mm.
around 3.8, which is around 4 meters, which is just sufficient for a bed.
Okay.
So ensure that you have imported and you want us to be at this now. You want us to be at the same level so that once we start drawing the grids, we are all of us together. But there is one thing I want to add on the grid. As you can see, if I come to my screen and write XL, enter, then V,
Mm.
despite me giving my grid line as a center, I can't see those lines here. I can't really tell whether these are center line.
Mm.
So to ensure that it is visible, you just write LTS and then press enter, and then now increase the scale. Maybe I can increase it to 1000 and I see how it behaves. So if now I come here and write XL for construction line and enter, and then choose vertical grid, enter, then you can see now my grid comes as actually a center line. Though I've noticed that's too
Mm.
large. Though it's too
Mm.
large, let me now reduce it kidogo. So you can still type LTS, enter. Now instead of 1000, let me give it 500 and click enter. And then I can now same and say XL, enter, V, enter. Yeah, you can see now that this is reasonable. This just work fine.
Mm.
Yeah, this just now fine. We can now start our. So I want you to share with me your screenshot with these two
Mm.
layers, and at least they must show these properties. Line weight must be 0.4. It should be center line. See, these small aspects are what will differentiate your work and will make your work look very neat.
Let me send what I have made the layers.
Uh-huh. You can share the layers.
I'm sending Lucas.
Oh, I can just check them on my phone. Yeah, I have my phone with me here. Yes, yes. And I can see you are using this AutoCAD.
These are raw version. I'm
Mm.
using 20. These are 2010.
Do you like maybe these normal versions? Like it looks so different, so unique. Or you are comfortable?
It's not a big deal.
It's not a big
The
deal.
version is not a issue. The version
Sawa
is not a
sawa.
big deal.
Sawa. Now we are there.
Mm. Yes.
But your main screen, at least the column should have a different color, and for the grid should have another color as well. And they should have different line type,
Yes.
different line weight. I really can't.
Yes, yes. I think for my column, I've done the blue color.
Yeah.
The image is not so clear. You see, the column is blue, the grid line is red.
Oh, it's okay. That's what I need. And then line weight should differ. So let's start with the grid lines. So to start with the grid line, simply
Mm,
type XL and enter. XL is for construction line, enter, and then now specify whether you want vertical construction line or horizontal. For our case, we want vertical. Just press V for vertical, then press enter. Now just try to snap the center wall of these columns.
mm,
So you are just trying to estimate. So this is let's assume that this is the center line. So once you get the center line, just click on that line. And sometimes maybe if you really can't know the center line, you have to maybe divide this your wall, and then it will help you to get the center. But since you are using an image, you really can't be very accurate. So I can
mm.
copy this,
Yes.
and then once I copy it, I can maybe choose this place here. So I'll just be moving to where I have my walls like this and just placing them at the center. So I place all grids along the center of the walls, along the wall centers.
Mm,
But since I think I should simply change the color of this layer of my grids. So I can simply copy on this, copy, select. And this is a duplicate, like it's a mirrored, what can I call it? This is mirrored building. So
mm,
you can just do one side and then you duplicate the other side, which is even easier. So have
mm.
I closed all the walls, all the vertical walls? I've closed them with my grids. That's okay. So now let me do the horizontal ones. So I'll simply write VXL for construction line, enter. And then I write H, enter, for horizontal axis. Now I can start dissecting these. As structural engineers, we usually, or we base our grids along the center of the walls, but architects can either use the interior wall or the exterior walls. So I'm just dividing my walls at the center of these walls. Let's just try.
So this part, the AutoCAD part,
Mhm.
I am very okay. Yeah, I have no issue. I've been using AutoCAD for a while, so for the AutoCAD part, I have no issue. Yeah?
Okay, so we are just So I think I've also crossed all the walls in this diagram. So I can simply do this and check. So you simply draw, you can take your just draw like a rectangle here. So once you do your rectangle here, hello,
Yes.
just select it like this. Once you select it, just click on trim, then just trim all your sides here. Trim these sides, trim this, trim this. Then now you can as well delete this. And now I want to mirror, I want actually to mirror these my grids on this other side. So how do I do that? I want just first to get what's the dimension here. I want just to draw like a line. Yes, I can draw a line from there up to somewhere here at the center of this wall.
Your center line is, you see the middle of the staircase.
Yes, I wanted to be more a bit. Okay, we can just simply do it here. So let's just snap between these two lines. And then we simply select these just after you select them, you can just come to mirror, and now just get there is a line here which I've drawn out here. So just find the center of it, just keep here. No, just say no. Yes. So I want to maintain a consistent spans in my building because this is like a duplex. So I've already done my grids. So maybe these I can do a more just one more cleaning of this model. Just again get your trim option. So now change your layer into columns. You can pick the green columns, the column layer with green mark, and then now you can draw a rectangle. You can use a rectangle to draw the column size, or you can use a polyline. So just click on that rectangle. I can simply write so this building, let's give it 300 by 200.
Okay.
But want to do this up to the 12th floor. 300 will not be sufficient. We can use 300 by 450. You can just try 450. Tab and then write 450.
And 450 isn't. Will 450 be sufficient?
We
Like
can,
a 600.
okay, maybe that one can be, not all columns. You can use this one like for our less critical columns. Like now the ones are the corners. Now you can put the auto mode off. Let me just add my line weight so that I can see my columns vizuri. Here this is a critical area. Yes, hello.
Yes.
So I'm proceeding. So just try put all your column layers here and then we proceed to protostructure. So I want to believe the exterior columns are less critical. So I've given them a dimension of a lesser dimension. Then I can get the interior columns and give them a different dimension. So we can do 300 by 600. So simply get the rectangular, right? 300, enter, 600. Just snap at the center of this and now just come and try to fix all your columns. Okay, some need to be rotated. I can see, let me rotate this. I'll just do the rotation at once I'm in proto structure. So let me simply do this to save on time. I just snap. There was no grid here, so we'll have to add an extra grid there. Also, there was no grid here, a horizontal grid, so we'll need a grid there. Hello. Hello. Yes, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, hello.
Yeah.
So as you can see, I'm almost done. Can I say I'm almost done, or I'm just done with my model here? So I just need to model my one side of the model, and then I just mirror it on the
Uh,
other side. So once I just draw my columns like this, I simply select all of them. Just do column selection only, then right click, not even right click, simply come and click choose the mirror command. And now look for there is a line here which you had drawn at the center. Just snap it. Yeah, this is the center. That was the essence of having a reference point. So at this
and
moment,
you're not sharing your screen.
sorry. Hello.
Yes.
So you can see my model here. It's already done.
Yes. Yes.
So should I send you this mine so that we do something that's uniform?
Okay. Okay.
So let's just undo that. So I just save it as a DXF file, and then I share it with you. So once you have done
Mm.
your columns and your grid lines like this, now it's time to save your model as a DXF file. Is there something that I'm just for? So let me just select my entire model like this. Right click, copy. You copy your model to closer to the origin, or alternatively, you can just open a new window or a new model and just save it there. So for me, I will I'll simply copy this, not that one as such. Yes, let me copy that, right click, move. So in most cases, when you finish model, your model will not be at the center, it won't be at the origin. So what you need to do, you simply need to just select that model, just copy, and move it closer to the origin here.
Okay.
Then click and save it. If you save it when it's very far from the origin in AutoCAD, in Protosite will give you some issues. So once you copy it, just come here, right click, not right click, but select the entire of it, press W, and then press enter. Just select the entire model and then press W. Hit enter. Once you hit enter, just make sure that your units are in millimeters or in meters if you choose to use meters. And then under this block here, you can come here and then you choose, in case your file type is not in DXF format, you can just choose it here. But mine, I can see it by default a DXF format. And then now you can just say here, just write CADinBIM practice. Then you can choose to save it maybe on downloads. Just come to D. Under D, you can, let me just save it here. Click